at the beginning.
All right.
Live streaming is on.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the
We
show.
kind of bullshit when we start too.
Yeah, we got Invader Gaming and G-Rock with us today. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So today we got two gamers. We're gonna start with the bigger one, Invader Gaming here, because he has his own podcast, and I wanted him to talk about that a little bit. So Invader Gaming, can you go ahead and tell us about your podcast?
Yeah, sure. First of all, thanks for having me on, fellas. I really enjoy the platform. It's great to just be involved with this community show. But yeah, I'm actually the host of an Xbox-centric podcast. It's called the Xbox Roundtable, TXR. We do weekly shows each Sunday night, and we do everything from news talk, rumors too, and we also have interviews. For example, a few weeks ago, we interviewed David Preen. He's the senior hardware engineer over at Xbox. And even this coming Sunday, in a couple of days, we'll be interviewing the Song of Fire dev, Joe Winter, to talk about his upcoming game. And yeah, we just have fun interacting with the community and just getting to just understand the different facets of the game industry, really.
Nice, man. I love that. I love that you do that, and it's great to get to know those developers and talk with those gaming developers. So it's good to keep in touch with that. So yeah, I don't develop anything. So, but yeah, it's good. We definitely want to get your show out there. So yeah, that's nice. You post that on Minds, or do you upload that to Minds, or?
I share it to Minds. I mean, I do have my own content myself where I do reviews or previews or even just different guides for either like achievements, trophies, and missions, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I also share the show on my own on my Minds channel as well.
Right. And so for that podcast, can you find it on any podcast? Like if I go on my local iHeart podcast, I can get it? Or?
Yeah. We are on a variety of platforms, whether it be different tech sites. Obviously, I do have us on different alt media, like I said, whether it be BitChute as well. And then we're also on a variety of different podcasting audio platforms, iHeartRadio, Spotify, the whole 9 yards. We're everywhere. I try to get us on as many platforms as I can.
Cool, man. We also got G-Rock with us here, man. Tell us about your account. What does your account focus on, brother?
It's just shit posting. Like that's it. Like,
hey, shit posting is important on Minds, man. It's a commodity, right? Tori, we know about shit posting.
Oh yeah, you're talking. Mindsgaming started Meme Wars, so we know the value of shit posting.
Meme Wars.
Yeah, like after I was a pretty frequent Facebook user. Like I've been on Facebook since like 2007. And it used to be great. You could just shit post all the time, and it didn't matter. Like you wouldn't fucking get banned for calling your friend a whore or something. Like you get fucking 7-day bans for that shit. And I'm just like, well, this place isn't gonna fucking. I'm trying to get people over here, and y'all complain about Facebook, but you all don't want to fucking move somewhere next place, right?
Everybody. Yeah, we've had this discussion before. That's with everybody. You have that problem getting your friends over Invader Gaming?
I managed to get a few to sign up, but they're still on Facebook because everybody else is there, right?
It's hard because people. I think the main issue is, again, people do. Other people they have jobs where they don't have that much free time, right? So they stick to what they know and where their friends are. And the issue is, okay, you inform people, oh hey, there's this great other alt platform, but it's like, oh, do I really want to invest time in it? And I try to push these alt platforms because it's like, do you guys really want to keep your eggs all in one basket? Is that really a smart thing to do? Especially with what you're saying with Facebook, it's like, come a few more years, what else are we gonna see, right? So
Facebook was because everybody was trying to get me there at first. And I was resistant at first, right? Like it took me 3 years to get on Facebook, and after a while, it's just where everybody was. And then I got a Twitter account in the early to mid 2010s, and it was like Facebook but for strangers is the best way to describe it, with character limitations. But all the celebrities were on there. It's probably a better way to tweet at a celebrity than get them on Facebook, right? Like they're all on there. So that was that. I didn't do much with it. Like, I'd peruse it here and there. I had a Reddit account for like the longest time, but again, I fucking barely used it. And then I tried out Gab. Gab was all right. There was actually quite a lot of racists there. I'm not even gonna lie. It's like, oh shit, yeah. There's guys. You can ignore them, but there's a lot of racists here.
Yeah. So what was different about Minds? Let me ask you that. Like you say that you had this issue getting into other networks like Twitter and Gab and Reddit. So what was different about Minds? What makes you get into it?
It was much more like kind of chill and like just like small Twitter without all the crazy people. Like without like absolute fucking nutters. I mean, don't get me wrong. We're gonna have nutters, but there's a lot less of them, right? And like, the thing is, even though there's less people overall, more people will interact with you. Like the interaction is a bit more intimate that way. Like people are more
No, I think it's
inclined to respond.
Creator based is the main thing. There are a lot more creators, a lot more love about creation than there is just politics and.
Well, it's a lot more free flowing too, I find, because it's like people genuinely want to interact with it. Whereas, again, like there's nobody really policing what you're saying. Not that I see a lot of bad stuff or anything, but it's like, I don't know. I just find it generally a positive connection each time, I come to upload or just check out everybody's commentary, feedback, and input. And I find it very fun, and I constantly see this platform growing. And again, like another reason too, just the reason to boost your content, so that there's different ways of interacting, like we were talking about beforehand the show. And I don't know, it's very encouraging what I'm seeing, and I kind of find it kind of fun too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fun is the main thing. I think a lot of the gamification of it makes it a little more fun. You get a lot of notifications, you get lots of bells and whistles, and everybody talking to you. What's
idle shit posting?
Well, he's right. He's absolutely right. Nothing wrong with a good shit post.
Yeah. The better your shit post, the more shit posting you can do down the line. Upgrade your cards or whatever.
Well, you kind of test your boundaries, but yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's it. Like the thing is, like a lot of cool memes you just see. They're just like a quote of Twitter. It's like some Twitter handle in that, and that's the meme, right? I can do that on Minds. That's easy enough. Fuck. Yeah, like I do that shit. I'll think of something funny, put it on the fucking Minds, then like screen cap it.
Yeah, man. So let's get into some gaming, man. So Invader Gaming, what's your favorite game right now?
Oh boy. I mean, I've been playing through a couple of smaller indie titles, but I tell you, for a while, I was into this co-op shooter called Deep Rock Galactic, and I tell you, man, it was a lot of fun. It's kind. How do I say? It's, if you're not familiar with it, it's kind of like Minecraft meets Left 4 Dead, because you take like these dwarves and they're on this space rig, and they send you down into this planet infested with bugs, but you're trying to get all of like the minerals there, or it might not even be minerals. They'll send you to like fix and repair this little like machine that you have to get, and then you have to try and run back and avoid all the little beasties and bugs along the way, and then you have to try and get back to your escape pod. But it's really nerve-wracking. It's really nerve-wracking. Yeah. No, it's not that bad, because like it's kind of like, it has like kind of cartoony graphics, but at the same time it's like it's epic. And the cave systems that you go into, because it's all cave networks, but they're all procedurally generated, so it's always a unique, no matter what biome you're
Minecraft. Yeah. It's kind of your favorite game right now, G-Rock? Minecraft?
Well, I haven't played Minecraft. Honestly, fucking Angry Birds 2.
Angry Birds 2? Oh, man.
I just downloaded it. I'm like, fuck it. I'm a mobile gamer. I'll play from my fucking phone.
Hey, man. Mobile gamers are definitely gamers.
Hey, nothing wrong
with my mobile games, too. My favorite mobile game is Stormborn. So.
Oh, yeah.
Plague Inc. That's another great one. You can get it on your phone. Plague Inc.
All right.
Is that too soon or too current to play Plague Inc. for fucking right now?
No, man. Yeah, your favorite
on the nose.
Either that or Pandemic.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I remember the devs like a month or two into it, they're like, "Oh, we're sorry we put out this game."
You know, they changed the name of what was it called, Virus something. It's like Virus 64 or something like that. They changed it to something completely different.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
It's like, it was like that band ISIS a while back.
So let's roll back time a little bit here, Invader. What was your favorite game when you were growing up in your childhood?
Oh boy, where to begin? You know what? I will start with maybe one or two beloved titles from the N64. I absolutely adored Star Fox 64. Big fan of that. I'm a big fan of was like just kind of like flight simmy kind of arcadey shooters.
Yeah. Flight simulators are great. They were some of my favorites when I was growing up too. So, yeah.
But I mean, also, I'm a huge fan of platformers. Like, again, when you're talking about Nintendo, I was big into Banjo-Kazooie, for example.
Man, that was a good game.
Just like I look back at it now, and some of the humor in it, it was like I could tell that some of it was more geared towards adults in some ways, but it's good. It's very good. I love that too. Come on, Xbox, make a true sequel, please.
The exclusives are always get you, man.
Well, you know what? I mean, I've heard some rumblings about some things, but we'll see. We'll see in the near future. But otherwise, also a huge RTS fan. Growing up too with like Command and Conquer stuff like that on the PC. I mean that's what I was primarily focused on growing up. A lot of platformers, RTS, some side scrollers too. Just there's something about a well-made platformer that just really gets me, you know. Games that like again goes into gameplay, but then you could also go into the many facets of gaming, whether it be the environment, the world, the graphics, the art style, or even just like the soundtrack too that really captures you.
Yeah, the soundtrack, we love talking about that kind of stuff on here, like the art and the soundtrack, because like gamers don't ever give enough credit to those people, man. Without those, like we have musicians and artists on here with every other show, so it's gamers, then we do artists and musicians and like creative concept kind of people, and so like because those are the people that are making all these graphics and making the music for the game and making this experience for us, so we need to give them a little credit, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, but like I about a year or so ago I had interviewed Tommy Talarico. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
No.
The guy behind Video Games Live.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's done a number of work in all kinds of different or composed different video game albums, and even had TV shows and whatnot dedicated to gaming, like Reviews on the Run here in Canada. But just it's interesting when you tap into somebody who not only has a love for the medium, but he's kind of connected to two different kinds of mediums. Like one is music and the other is gaming, and then how you mesh the two, and it's kind of just it's interesting to pick that mind, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. What about you, G-Rock? What go back to your childhood, what was your favorite game when you were growing up, man?
Favorite game growing up? That's tricky. There's like different eras of games too, right?
Man, it's a hard question.
My favorite game, fuck, from the childhood. Maybe
Were
Duke
you
Nukem.
a Mario
Duke Nukem
guy? Were you a Sonic guy? Were you
Sonic was cool, but my favorite game probably of all time was probably like Duke Nukem.
Oh
Duke
yeah,
Nukem. Okay, yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh
I love Duke Nukem though. You can't go wrong.
That or maybe like San Andreas. Although I wasn't really I was about 20 when San Andreas came out. So.
It's a little late in the game.
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. You know what? Duke Nukem, it's got to be there. That's the one that's coming to mind right now. If you want to, there's two games that I keep coming back to even now that hold up. I find that like are just as fun to play now. So I don't know if it's my favorite game of all from my childhood, but two games that I will still just I'll play is the original Road Rash for Sega Genesis, and also for Sega Genesis, like Sid Meier's Pirates Gold.
Nice. I like that. We covered your favorite games and your favorite systems. So
yeah.
I like that, man. Great. It's good.
Yeah, I like that too because like I think like for each system or what are you saying era, you like different games. You know, like I remember when I was like younger, I liked the Game Boy and like get into those games and.
Yeah. As you go through, like I feel like you fall in love with like the different genres, the different types of games, and like,
oh, absolutely. And then even
I was gonna say I remember I like refused, and I was a little older, but like I think I was in high school, and I was refusing to play Pokemon on the Game Boy, and then one time I was just like waiting a long time, and I was bored and. My cousin had it or something, and so then I was tired. Like I just wanted to play something because I was tired of like not doing anything, and I got like so into it. Like I was like kind of like didn't like that I was into Pokemon, but I just got like sucked into the game. I was like, "Fuck, I need to like complete this."
You gotta catch them all.
You do. You just got it. Or what's the point, right? What's the point?
Yeah, that's part of our card game right now. You got to catch them all. We got to catch all the users on mines for our cards. So.
I seen a bit of that. Like I'm like, but like when I was looking for messages and like when that thing's up, I couldn't see the messages. So I'm like, I'd read a bit of it and then I'd fucking do a thing and. I didn't finish reading it, so I only half know what's going on.
It's all good, brother. It's all good. Yeah. We can move on. Oh, did we cover your favorite system, Invader?
Not exactly.
A few.
I just touched on a couple of games, but mine would probably be just the original Xbox, just because for a while I got out of gaming, and then like I was getting more into like tabletop games, and then I took a break from that. I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to get more into gaming, but what do I do? And then I fell in love with Halo, the original Halo game, and then Halo 2, and it just kind of sucked me in.
Oh my god, you're talking Halo to me, man. We could talk all day.
Hey man, I could go on and on because I'm a Halo nut. I'm a Halo nut, but yeah, it would probably be the original Xbox because of Halo. There's a couple of names. Was it Mech Warrior Mech Assault? That's what it was. And Crimson Skies. It's like those games. I'm like, I'm done.
So when multiplayer finally came, right? Did you play as an alien or did you play as Master Chief?
Well, I'm Invader, so I'm already an intergalactic space alien. But I was always more of a Spartan player.
Okay. Oh man. No. I think you got better weapons as a Spartan player. So.
yeah. I mean, it also like it depends like the armor loadout too. Like, I know in later iterations, like they had some pretty sweet like elite armor, but especially in Reach had some awesome looking elite armor. But unfortunately, 343, the studio continuing on Halo, I don't know. They haven't decided to actually like make elites playable, so it's they're restricting you to the Spartans, so that's kind of disappointing. But can't do much about that.
Yeah, their game is kind of disappointing, but we won't go into Anywho, we can move on to movies, guys. What genre of movies do you guys watch? Go ahead, Invader.
Okay, I'll kick this off. Dude, I watch all kinds of things from like 1950s like sci-fi B movies to like I don't know, just like monster movies. For I do like a lot of 80s movies, whether it be like Predator, Alien, Blade Runner, stuff like that. But like I can watch all kinds of things. I have like all kinds of monster movies from like whether it be Godzilla, Gamera, that kind of stuff, or
Godzilla is definitely a classic. What about you, Rock? What series of movies you kind of like? You like horror? You like comedy?
Yeah, I'm more of a comedy guy.
More of a comedy. So, what are some of your favorite comedy movies, man?
Well, I mean, I tend to like a lot of that stuff from the '80s, like Trading Places. That was a great movie. Like Eddie Murphy, like Beverly Hills Cop was a good one. Ghostbusters. That's probably one of my favorite movies of all time. Ghostbusters. The sequel is also good, not as good as the original, but as far as sequels go, I mean, you could do worse.
Well, its issue was that it came before or it came after the original Ghostbusters, right? Otherwise, it looks compared to anything today, it rocks.
Yeah. What was it? They had the 30th anniversary in 2014. I went and saw that in I don't know, some IMAX or some shit in the theaters. It was nice. My mom came with me. We watched it. It was great.
Yeah, you believe in ghosts?
No. I mean, not in the way that most people would say. I mean, I'm sure.
What's that mean?
I think people can be haunted rather than places are haunted. I mean, bad shit can happen in places, and maybe bad juju sticks to the walls or something. But it's not like that person's trapped there or some shit.
Invader Gaming.
More
believe in ghosts,
vibes.
Oh yeah, man.
Ghosts?
Oh yeah, man. Where I work, I've heard some really weird stories about about late night. Different people seeing things in the hallways. No word of a lie, but generally, yeah.
What about you? So are you a ghost guy or no?
I guess I'll be like more G-Rock. Let's parse the semantics, maybe more of the bad vibes than actual people being stuck as ghost.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, man, definitely. So we always like to try to get some other people that on Minds attention. So G-Rock, we'll start with you since you're newer. Who are some of your favorite Minds users right now?
Always Clara. Fuck. What was the ad? Fuck. I think just Clara. I think. Sorry, I'm fucking stoned, guys.
Oh yeah, me too. It's all good, man.
Brick's pretty funny. Someone else pretty funny. That's at Minds Pro Me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's some good names. What about you, Invader Gamer?
Well, truthfully, I just starting to get more involved, like talking with other creators. But yeah, Clara's pretty cool. I know who she is. She's she posts some really interesting content that I just can't help but laugh at half the time. But I mean, obviously, I'll see the posts that you guys make as well, because me and you, Mindsgaming, we've been interacting off and on for a little while now, and I'll promote like a lot of people's stuff too, and it just again, I'm still trying to. Like I'm still how do I put it, like more up and coming, I would say. I'm not new to the platform, but at the same time it's like I'm still figuring out my way on here and interacting with people. But the thing is, I'm really enjoying myself on the platform. Like I said, I mean, it's just I don't know, it's fun, it's fun to get to know different people.
Definitely. So what are what's one of your favorite thing other than people? Because people always come up, man. And everybody says the people on Minds are terrific. So other than people, what's your favorite thing?
Of Minds?
Yeah.
The groups.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I guess that goes hand in hand, but not to cheat a bit, but I do really like how there are dedicated groups.
That's a feature, so you cheated fairly. What about you, G-Rock? What are some of your favorite things about Minds there?
The thing I really like is that there's no real algorithm. Like it comes up chronologically, basically, and it's like you either post it and people see it. Unless you do the boost, then it's just like you're guaranteed to see this at some point, right? But like if you post it at the right time, like fucking people will scroll through it and see it, and it's just more of a you got to be on the ball to do it rather than like we're gonna push this to these people. You like this person, we're gonna show you 10 of their posts, right?
Yeah. So you're not swamped with the same thing. It's not like push content.
Exactly. I see a bunch of different shit, and that's how I want it.
Yep, that's good. Yeah. I can see that definitely. So before we get into the weird stuff and the Minds card game and BRs and stuff, did you guys have anything that you wanted to bring up?
What do y'all like music wise?
What do I like? I like rap and,
Okay.
and country. Those are my two favorite genres. So
Right
it's a
on.
little weird, but what about you?
Not really when you think about it.
Let's see. I mean, I kind of float in between a lot of things. Like right now, I'm listening to a lot of different '80s rock, like Maiden, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Judas
I'm
Priest probably my favorite band.
Yeah, Judas. Yeah, exactly. You know, I go between a lot of that, and I'm also switching between to like some gaming music, like I said, because gaming music, like some of it is just really damn good.
Yeah, man, definitely. We had one though, someone that did gaming music on Game Test Play on one of our shows, and yeah, he does gaming music, and it's pretty cool, man. It's fun to listen to, man. It's just something to chill out to, definitely.
Yeah.
You're a rockhead. I like rap. What about you, Satori? What's your music preference?
I pretty much everything, but when I was younger, I was like really into punk music. I would like go to gigs and mosh and do all sorts of crazy stuff. It was fun. Yeah. I've been to a couple of like really cool shows. Like I remember like Sanitarium with Metallica, and then like it was one of the first ones, and we're at the Coliseum, and there's just like this really drunk guy, and for like hours, all he would do was stand like in the middle and be like, Metallica! Metallica! And we're like, dude, they're not going to play for 2 hours, and he would just do it non-stop. And then when Metallica played, and then everybody who was around him did the same thing. We're all, Metallica! It was fucking awesome.
Man.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
what a classic. Love it.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, man. It's great. Oh, so what are we getting into now? Oh, the Minds card game and VRs. Do you want to start us off, Satori, or
yeah, I guess so. You know, because you know, from the outside looking in about the card game, and then talking about like collecting them all and all this kind of stuff. So like tying this all together with Minds it's kind of interesting in when you view Mind as like the gamification of Minds, and using this whole game metaphor is like, you know, you go into groups, whether it's like a meme group or a different group, like an art group or a group about music or whatever, and like in there to grow your channel. So like in the card game that you have better abilities, you use those like groups as like little dojos to learn different skills of shit posting, or skills of like curating the best music, or recommending the best movies, or whatever it is, you know, like be able to bring up your skills so that you can be better in like, you know, building up your deck and in your cards and shit like that.
So
you know what I mean?
You want to become a meme master, you gotta post the meme words.
You gotta build up your skills and go meme it up, and you know, shit posting meme wars, and see what you got, you know, see how you can build up your abilities.
Yeah, I need to understand how to get to the top power level.
so yeah, with the cards, your attack is your amount of subscribers, and your defense is your amount of views, and then all the abilities we're working on ideas for like different abilities, like you're just talking like getting a meme master ability or attachments for the cards and stuff like that. But you know, we're also working on a VR project too, but that's way further down the road, because I'm not that good at VR coding, but yeah, but I'm getting there, man. I found some cool things out. Any of you do coding? G-Rock, you code?
No, not at all.
Code? All right. What about you, Invader? You do any coding?
No, you know what? I am not well versed in coding by any means.
Yeah.
No, it's not that it's not interesting. Of course, I find it interesting. It's just it's not something that I've dabbled with personally. So
yeah, definitely.
But I think I understand what you mean. You know, if you were just to like, you know, get into it right off the bat without learning anything, and then you see all this line of code, it's like it might look overwhelming at first, I would imagine, or trying to input it all. But if you know, just learning it and so on, you know, it's not so bad, I suppose. But it's interesting. Like, what if you don't mind me asking, why VR?
Well, really, it was a collision of projects that turned into a VR. The VR is mostly Satori's baby. He wants an interactive experience. We think that VR is going to be the next big platform thing, right? So like the Xbox was like I don't know if you remember the Kinect. You remember the big, yeah, all that with the Kinect. Like eventually, when we get VR to the stage we want it, where it's more accessible. Like right now, you have one or two people that distribute VRs, but they're super expensive and they're hard to get. And you got to hook them up to a nice computer and all this and that. But it's coming down to the mainstream where people like us can start using it and start developing on it and start building these little worlds and games inside the VR. So I think that's where the next platform is going to be, is these spaces. Like we've been looking into like VR social medias and stuff like that, where like you walk around in a virtual space and talk to the people that are around you, and you can make like little posts on your virtual home space and stuff like that. So it's really interesting stuff, man.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
I can just see the shit posting come up in VR. That'd be great.
Yeah, man. Wouldn't it though? Can you imagine just throwing a meme at somebody?
Make hamburger country. Nice.
And like you could do where you're like literally tossing like one of the cards you're talking about, just like flop right at something.
See, just like in a game, you had to like build up your abilities so you could use that like ability to like do like a whole like virtual meme experience. So like whatever it is, like like
the final boss has to be Ugandan Knuckles.
like you like you can do all sorts of things with that. Like what we like to do is, which Mindsgaming is pretty good, is like we find these mostly open source platforms, and so like you get to like play around with it and build on top of it, which is important for just like the development. Like what Mindsgaming was touching on is like Facebook. You're talking about getting away from Facebook and everything else. Like they're already doing it. They're already there. They're already like miles ahead of everybody. But they're like right now, it's getting down to like more. Let's say the street level of people getting to mess with it, and you think that Facebook's bad, but imagine when they're like canceling and censoring people in these like augmented and VR spaces. So like you're literally not in anybody's out of the whole picture.
Well, yeah, the thing about Facebook too is, I mean, it's not like they actually developed it. They bought the Oculus Rift, correct?
They buy the landscape.
And it's like, I know that there are some of these game companies even partnering with them because of like different failed ventures. I know that they piggyback and so on. I do understand that aspect, but you're absolutely right. It is becoming more accessible. For example, like even for cell phones, there are cheaper, like these like cheapo like VR options.
Cardboard, it's called.
Cardboard. I mean, even I wouldn't even be surprised if like Nintendo dabbles with that with like their Labo stuff, but at the same time it's like, yeah, the VR platform, I would have thought about this like 5, like even 7 years ago. But yeah, I mean, there is a general embrace. I mean, you see PC gaming really taking off. Like there's all kinds of developers getting into it. I know PlayStation, for example, is very much invested in it. And you'll see more and more developers kind of take off with it. And once you get more of like, I would say the indie developers get into it, then you'll start to see everything really taking off.
Yeah. That's who we need to get into it, is those indie developers, because then you're having the real gaming mechanisms going on in there. Like right now, I said, I've been exploring like VR social medias where you walk around and talk to people in this VR space, and then you can make posts on your home wall and stuff. But like the mechanisms for most of the stuff that we're working with don't have. I don't want to say actions, because they have actions, but they don't have gaming actions. Like I can throw something at Satori, but it doesn't do anything to him. You know what I mean?
Like one of our early talks about like, just talking about like what we could do like in the future, like if we weren't these limitations, like, and then my friend Curry Hobo said that, hey, if we get a VR space, the first thing I want to do is drop kick you guys. I just start laughing, but like like have that ability of like just like if you wanted to like basically do anything you want.
There's got to be consequences for this space that you're in, man. Like
but that goes to the kind of like ability portion of it, right?
You run around with a chainsaw.
I guess that wouldn't be good for the social like atmosphere.
Oh no! But what you do?
But I mean, it would be fun.
What you do is you go to the chainsaw room. It's a big room, and I don't know.
Yeah, man.
This wasn't my idea.
Could you imagine chasing people with a chainsaw and like a social space where like it's just meant for posting them? That'd be so fun.
It could be right across from the chess room.
Yeah.
Yo, would they make like a virtual jail where they just like put your character in for like however long you'd go in for like killing someone, or you just get like banned? Like what if that was just a feature of the VR? Like the whole experience is maybe someone with a chainsaw comes around. Like Wild West shit.
Well, wait until like you log on to a VR social space and your avatar is just sitting in jail because you've been banned for 30 days.
Literally, there's a cop avatar with a giant hammer that says "ban hammer" and just whacks you. It's like
there was this headline for this article. I didn't read the article, but it was like, oh, you could practice firing people in a VR space. And like CEOs like getting up the nerve to like fire people and doing it in a VR space.
No, but every stint on Facebook, or so like VR Facebook would be like episode, like a season of Trailer Park Boys. He starts off in jail, you get out, he goes to this whole thing, you do something fucking retarded, and then you're right back to jail.
Oh boy, yeah. Now you're making me think of Mr. Leahy and Randy.
Oh yeah,
man.
Straight off, babe.
Shit Panthers.
Yeah.
Have you tried any VRs?
There's no place for a fucking kid.
I know you said you're a mobile gamer.
Oh yeah, what are we doing?
Yeah, have you tried any of the mobile VRs?
No, I haven't. But incidentally, I did try the fucking idle game of Trailer Park Boys.
Oh man, yeah, that's a pretty fun game on there. I got the South Park one. That's fun.
I tried that one. Which one was it? The phone killer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah, it's enjoyable. I find it enjoyable.
It was cool because you get to watch like a bit of South Park, but like it was okay.
Yeah, I guess. I love me some South Park though.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, ironically enough, I have been within the past couple of weeks rewatching like the original, like a few first seasons of it. I'm like, oh man, it's just so refreshing.
Yeah. It's great to sit back and watch that, man. There's nothing like, it's just crazy. Like I feel like the like Family Guy and them, they've even kind of like. Yeah, they've gone into the more PR space. Like they make jokes and stuff like that, but not like South Park does. I don't think.
Oh yeah. South Park is just like Comedy Central's like flagship show. Yeah, it's like that's the thing they have, and like they're just like, okay, do whatever, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I respect about South Park. At least they'll go after everything, and they won't shy away from things.
People talk about punching up and punching down. Man. They punch wildly in all directions just to make sure they hit something.
Yeah, exactly. They want that. They want
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You like South Park, Story? You South Park?
Yeah, South Park.
Okay.
I remember when my friend showed me on YouTube a South Park clip, like in high school.
YouTube was around back then?
Yeah.
YouTube started in 2004.
Okay.
Technically, so this was before it was bought by Google. It started in 2004. 2003 or 2004, one of those years, right? It was early to mid
We're gonna
2000.
do some research on that.
Yeah. Pull that shit up.
Oh man, what would have been like that?
Stoner history.
Yeah, I was in like grade 12 in like 2000.
We don't know the dates, but it's something like this happened somewhere.
Yes.
We need Towley here.
We forgot our towel. That's what happened.
You want to get high?
You're a beaner towel.
I'm gonna get a little high.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on right now.
No, you're stupid. No, you're a towel. No, Towley, you're actually a towel.
What if Towley like straightened up, like stopped smoking weed, and just like got real like successful, and like he was just like this whole thing, and like the kids come see him, and he's like, "Yeah, guys, I'm," and he's like,
Didn't
all
they
perky
send
and all
him to
whatever.
rehab like 4 times now?
I don't fucking remember.
Oh, Towley. Yeah, I just love it how they're like, "You're the worst character ever, Towley."
Yeah.
Like he's so random even for South Park, but man, he's one of the more memorable ones.
Oh yeah. You guys follow simulation theory?
What?
Simulation theory.
Sounds familiar, but I probably don't.
Okay, so it's it's the theory that we're all living in a simulation and nothing that we see or interact with is real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's coming back to me a bit.
No, I was just wondering because I don't know why I thought of it, but something with South Park made it pop into my head. Don't ask me. I know what it was. I was just thinking, like, what if you could go into these worlds? Like, it would be great. Like, what if these worlds are actually real somewhere? You know what I mean? Like, what if the world of South Park is real in another universe?
So kind of like a Matrix kind of a thing?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. No, simulation theory is pretty much like, that we live in a matrix and that we're all coded and just information and that,
That sounds way more complicated than it has to be.
Yeah. I mean, that's the fun of it, though.
Sure, I'm stoned too.
Well, it is really interesting too because then you can get into the idea.
Yeah. What if?
When?
No, exactly. And then you kind of wonder, it's like, well, is what we're doing like preordained, pre-planned? Are we just meant to follow a line of code or, free will, et cetera, et cetera?
Right. Because if we're all just lines of code and we're all just information when we have predestinies for what our code is to do.
But then who programs it?
Yeah, who updates the damn code?
Yeah.
Trial and error does.
A lot of bugs in my body that I would like to get rid of, please.
Who gets rid of the malware? I don't know.
It's survival of the fittest, but we're not even really the fittest. We've just figured out ways to not die as much.
What?
Medicine's gotten better. Like we're living longer lives and shit like that. But like.
Right. Like they're trying to come up with ways so you can upload yourself into a computer now.
Oh,
like, they already have like.
I want to die at some point. Fuck.
Yeah, I mean your body will die, but I mean that comes into the theory of do we really die? Everything's matter, right? So matter can't be created or destroyed.
The thought of eternal consciousness terrifies me more. The thought of eternal nothingness.
I suppose
give me rest, please.
Well, the idea of living 100 years, let's say, doesn't bother me, but it's more like the idea of living like maybe 200 because it's like all the people that I know, it's like are going to be gone, and it's like, and then you think about how far removed you're going to be from your family, for example, like how many generations further down. It's like,
well, maybe, but if we all have access to upload ourselves, then it wouldn't be an issue, right?
Well, no, but the whole thing is though, okay, we upload ourselves, but will our mind still continue? And it's like, well, will our mind be able to cope with it even if it is uploaded?
Or what if like I mean you could say the body dies, but there's still like DNA, and what if there's like you could get a machine or some shit to like backwards code that and like fucking like you do like you could die and you just like someone's DNA and you can like bring them back. That I'm sure this isn't a fucking like
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, well, there that goes into the whole like I don't know. You probably don't know about CRISPR, but it's like a gene
I know about
editing.
CRISPR.
Yeah, it's like a gene editing thing where you like inject
then
yourself.
that goes into like, is a clone actually you? Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't think so, right? Yeah, that's kind of like a weird thing, right?
That's Star Trek right there, right? You get into the teleporter. Do you actually teleport, or do you come out as a new person, or like how's that work?
It doesn't.
Well, but then even like as we are as human beings right now, it's like over the course of several years, our cells we're constantly replacing cells, and but over the course of a few years, we're not technically the same person that we were from when we were born, or even so. Like,
I believe it's 7 years that all the cells that were like in your body have died, and so there's all new fresh cells in your body.
That's correct.
It takes 7 years. Yeah,
that's correct. But at the same time, it's like there's still that continuity. Like, we don't know any better, but there's all these little things happening at like within our body. It still happens, but we're still continuing as the same person. So
yeah, but that is just the nature of the body. We consume matter to keep going. If we don't, we stop. Like that matter's gotta like that energy's got to be converted into something, and then the stuff that's used up is it's detritus, right? Like that's like is a car still a car because it runs through all its gas, right? Like I mean, this is just the nature of how the body works. It sheds, it grows, it does this thing. But like the consciousness is like a byproduct of that. Like I mean, the consciousness, you don't understand it the same now that you did when you were like 5 because your brain was still development. Like consciousness is a weird thing, especially like self-consciousness. Like most animals don't even fucking have that, right? Like I think like a handful of apes do, or maybe like elephants do.
They've been doing a lot more studies on animals self-conscious lately, like if they can recognize themselves in mirrors and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like that's kind of like consciousness is one thing, but like self-consciousness, like being conscious that you are conscious is kind of like that's the Homo sapien sapien, right? Like
right. You can be here, but it doesn't mean that you know that you're here or why you're here.
Well, being
exactly.
That's the thing about being self-aware and understanding. Being able to ask a question instead of just reacting to what's happening around you in the instant. It's like,
we still have that too. I mean, we still have instincts. I mean, we are animals. I mean, we evolve. We're apes. Like we're bald apes. But to think evolution stopped at the fucking
the apes coded to evolve. I don't know. My whole thing with evolution is like, I'm not saying that it's not possible, but we don't have anything in recorded history that has evolved the way apes supposedly have into humans.
But we still have proof that evolution exists. Like that happened like within Darwin's life. Like he saw it. Like it happens over a very slow period of time. But like this is generally something. Especially
it's a general consensus. We can agree that it's a general consensus. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's the best guess we have from
right. Yeah, we can agree on that.
Everything seems to confirm it.
But that then that goes into like what came before that? What did we come from the water? Why would we come from the water? What came before apes?
We came from something that came from something that like it's about what works well enough to like I said, survival of the fittest. The mutations that are advantageous will succeed. The mutations that are disadvantageous, I guess is the word, well, they're not going to last, right?
Right.
That's just how nature works. And but like humans, we figured out, cool like medical ways to like make us live longer. Like people didn't live to fucking 80 back in the day; they died at like 40.
I mean, we've gone over our like lifespans, like we've grown in our lifespans a lot. Like we used to get, have kids at like 12, 13, and we're dead by the time we were 30. So
well, my point is that like survival of the fittest still stands, but there's ways to be more like natural and artificial ways to be fitter now. So
right. So is this? Do you think uploading is just another way to stay fit and live longer, or do you think it's something that should be avoided?
Yeah, I really don't think it's possible. I think you wouldn't be uploading someone's consciousness. You'd be uploading someone's personality.
Okay.
That is the display of consciousness. This is
yeah.
So like that's the thing. Like you can like mimic you can download enough like information about someone that you like know how they would react, and you give them this and they react a certain way, right? Like it's but it's
right. If you have enough data points, you can output data.
Yeah, you can accurately like predict it. Like if you want to like get into the very minutiae of it, you could create like a perfect replica. But does that replica have consciousness, or is it just reacting because you produced it to do so?
No, yeah, man, definitely. So all fun questions. I love it. So you guys play any card games?
No, unfortunately, not recently. No.
Did you grow up on like rummy and spades, and would you grow up on for cards?
Just
Biggins.
like
what'd you say?
Biggins.
Biggins. Yeah. Yes, good Married with Children reference right there.
Yeah.
Damn, good show. I need to rewatch that.
Yeah, man.
No, like if I wish I you know what, I have it on Amazon Prime. I should watch it later just because like it's so much more fun to watch than all the crap now.
Oh yeah, that was Fox's flagship show for like the longest time, like that, and The Simpsons, right? Like those were their shows.
Yeah, and now look where they are. I mean, and obviously no more Married with Children, but it's like, oh, now The Simpsons is with Disney. So
yeah. I mean, The Simpsons is a show that should have ended like a decade ago. I haven't watched a single episode of The Simpsons in like 10 years. I just haven't had the interest.
My kid watches The Simpsons now, so you can't say that. He loves it.
Well, it's one of those things, though, that it's like, where do you draw the line? I mean, for example, we were talking about South Park earlier, and it's like South Park's been going on for a very long time as well.
South Park still don't miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. Simpsons is hit and miss at best.
Yeah, I remember when The Simpsons was trying to chase Family Guy for the longest time, and then
they didn't need to. They had a good system. But you got to think it's been 30 years. Here's a good reason why South Park works. Simpsons doesn't. Simpsons doesn't have any of the same writers that it used to. Like it's all different. Like same producer. Maybe there's like one writer from back in the day. Who knows? But like South Park, it's always been Matt and Trey and a handful of other people, right? Like there's. Two solid part, like what type of humor to expect. It's like it always delivers.
Oh yeah, definitely. No, yeah, you can't hate on South Park, but some shows, any series. I feel like after like the 3 or 4th, especially movies, when you're talking movies, after like number 3, just be done with it. Just stop.
No, you're right. Like look how many Fast and the Furious movies there are, right?
Oh my God, yes.
Pretty soon there'll be Cars bloody racing on the moon because they'll run out of ideas.
Cars 3 on the moon.
Cars 3. Well, you joke, but I mean,
you can't even spill beans in space; they float.
They'll still need gas in a tow truck, okay?
Oh man.
Tor, you got anything to bring up?
No, what I was thinking is when you're saying that they're gonna need a gas and a tow truck, that like when these like Disney having like the rights to like The Simpsons or whatever, that they'll pretty soon develop a algorithm to like keep on like having those voices like live on forever, telling the same jokes along those.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think Disney's hold on like the copyright laws are ridiculous, especially for voice actors and art. Like, I don't know, how long have they had Mickey Mouse copyrighted now? Like,
yeah,
longer than most people.
And that's like something they stole originally, you know. That's
exactly.
They started by stealing someone else's idea.
yeah. It's crazy, dude.
It's crazy.
I don't understand that shit.
Wow.
I mean, that's all Disney is. It's just a bunch of stolen work.
Well, yeah, they borrow from this, they borrow from that. I mean,
you can use the word borrow, but you're using that really, really loosely.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I mean, the Grimm brothers. Have you ever read the Grimm brothers?
Well, I'm well aware. Yeah, I know who you're talking about and their stories. Yeah.
The issue is not even the borrowing. Like in the creative process, you get inspired and there's myths and everything and archetypes that we play with. But the issue is like how like crazy they are. Like copyright on like the front end of like getting everything and then like fighting artists on it, but on the other end like taking advantage of early on like them becoming it because they took advantage of like
they
loose copyright. But that's the like story of everything, right?
And got them changed.
Yeah.
Crazy. What you gonna do, man? Except make your own shit.
Yeah. Well, like you said, I mean, you can be inspired by archetypes in certain stories, but you still have to create your own world and your own story.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're legit just taking the same story and just reworking some words and some names, it's like, well, I mean, plagiarism. Yeah, you're borderlining there.
Yeah.
And this is something we talked about before on the show, and I think this goes into this whole thing we talk things about like continuity of like consciousness within people, but also to this like continuity of South Park versus like the discontinuity of The Simpsons, and it just started to make me think about that, and I don't know why there's this thing about I think there's some authenticity and continuity with like the Minds experience, even though at times it could be janky and hard, of what we were talking about earlier. And there's like things that we interact with. I think people that like gravitate towards Minds or gravitate to certain type of media and certain type of stuff, whether it's shit posting or a certain type of games or a certain type of music or just being here on Minds, that we look for this kind of more authentic engagement with like material, like
yeah. I think a lot of the users on here look for real engagement, actual creativity. It's like I hate seeing like just like a link to something in the Minds Plus feed, because like create something for that. Like you can post that on your channel, cool, you can share that, but why are you trying to make money off someone else's article from CNN? Like, come on.
People actually do that?
Oh yeah. It's great.
Well, sometimes the thing is presenting it and like having like some sort of witty comment about it. Like the thing is here's the reference point for what I'm saying.
Commentary, it's such a hard line between commentary and just ripping off content, right? Like there's a difference between like reviewing a song. If I play a song and I review it, right, on like one of these streams, if we had some music and we were reviewing music, it would be different for me than just posting that music, right?
That's true, but I mean, it's also like sometimes a song is a mood, and like this is like the mood right now. So like, yo, this is the mood.
Yeah. No, I get that. No, like I love music. Like music, like guides moods, definitely. But like, why are you trying to make money off somebody else's music?
I wasn't trying to make money off someone else's music.
Not you. Like people in the Minds Plus. I wasn't trying to say you in general, like you specifically. necessarily, but in general, like if you're gonna lock a post for Minds Plus, it should be something that you created. You know what I mean? Like,
for Minds Plus. Oh yeah, true.
No, not for Minds in general. Like I share music all the time. I have a group, dude.
Yeah, I see where you're going with it too, because it's like, well, if you're gonna lock that behind some kind of a wall, at least make it something worthwhile, or
exactly. No, like I have a music group. Feel free to just drop your music link and let people listen to that music, man. Definitely.
Yeah, like I put like I actually did. I uploaded the thing. I think I only did it on Minds. It was like a drunken version of like one of the songs I did back in the day, and it was just like I hadn't played the song in 10 years, and I didn't put it on. I'm like, all right, we're all drunk, let's do it. That was fun.
Oh damn! Actually, that would be a good listen. Gotta take a look at that.
It's somewhere on there. It's probably a while back.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Oh, I gotta wrap up because the kid's acting crazy, guys. I'm sorry. Gotta cut it a little short here.
All right.
No worries.
All right, guys. It was a pleasure having you on, G-Rock and Invader Gamer.
Y'all as well.
Yeah, you're always welcome back on the show. If you guys ever want to, party crash or just hop in for whatever reason, just let us know.
Nice.
We're gonna make some cards and stuff like that, and send you, links to the audio and stuff if you want to use it for anything you guys want to create or whatever. So, all right, sound good, man?
Cool. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Sator, you got anything to wrap up with?
Nah, thanks. And we'll don't feel free to reach out to us, tag us, and I think something that I want to, we're talking about Minds and like content and stuff. Like I want to like bring back using like groups a little bit more, kind of having this thing of, like making the music group a little bit better. So like when I'm bored and I want to check out something interesting, I could just like go and like scroll through the music group and like have a good like selection of things to like randomly pick. You know what I mean? Like, and I have like these groups like a little bit better and a little bit more purpose. But that just requires like a few of us, like being mindful of like using those groups in a good way.
Mindful.
Yeah.
But
I just kind of want to bring that up because it was something been on my mind lately. But yeah, thanks guys.
Cool.